Pronounce, pronounce it properly. Chapter 2. In this chapter, the stress of it all, finding fluidity, getting an accent phonetically yours. When you speak French, you want to sound like they do in the movie. Irresistible, romantic, sophisticated chic. It's only natural, so lose your inhibitions. Put on your best French accent and repeat and practice the sound of the language. Although different from English, these sounds are not too difficult to master. Just follow the rules. Learn the proper pronunciation of the phonetic symbols. Be patient and you are on your way. This is a work chapter. It is not terribly exciting, it is not particular fun, and it's not especially amusing, but don't be reluctant to see it through. Just like anything you might have to learn sport or hobby, a trade or a profession. There you works involved and you must be committed to putting a certain amount of effort. Think of learning a language as a mental fitness routine. Start slowly and carefully work up to pace the suit you. Remember, you don't want to burn yourself out at the first workout. So give it your best shot and practice, practice, practice. Do you have stress? Pitfall. The one thing that you really want to avoid is overstress. Do not overemphasize letters, words, or syllables. This will target you as a novice and will ruin the sounds of the language. In French, each syllable of words has just about equal stress, so when speaking, try to pronounce each syllable of a word with equal emphasis. When you remember, place a slightly stronger emphasis on the last syllable of groups of words. Speak smoothly, speak musically, and speak evenly. My best advice for maximum results: stay on an even eel keel. Shall we have liaison or would you prefer elision? Liaison linking, elision sliding are two linguistic elements of the French language that give its fluidity and melodious beauty. Liaison, as a rule, keep the following in mind. H and Y are considered vowel in French, and N in the pronunciation guide refer to nasal sound, which are explained in more detail later in this chapter. Liaison refer to linking of the final consonants of one word with a beginning vowel of the next words. There are many rules to in French explaining when a liaison is mandatory, optional, and forbidden. I would go on for pages boring you with rules you will probably never remember. For that reason, simply follow the pronunciation guide provided in this chapter and phonetic key for words and phrase throughout the books. Make liaisons when you see that pronunciation of the last consonant sound of one word precede the beginning vowel of the next words. Look at the first example to get a letter idea. The first vowel is woo, pronounced woo. It's finally S, pronounced Z. Z is linked to the beginning to the next word. Arrives, arrivos. The pronunciation of the word is now Zariv. It's Zariv. Okay, so arrives we pronounce it Zariv. Zariv. And necessary liaison has been painlessly achieved. When in doubt, follow the guide. Words such as vous arrivez and in liaison we pronounce Wu za rive. 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 Mon ami, and we say mo na me. N will be the nasal word. Mom, mom, na me. Okay. Elision. Elision occur when there are two pronounced vowel sound, one at the end of a words and other at the beginning of the next word. The first vowel is dropped and replaced by an apostrophe. You have to pronounce the words, simply slide them together. If you try to say them separately, the vowel sound will clash and you will probably feel like you have a good stuck in your throat. Elision is a very natural device and give the language fluidity. The following is an example of elision. Words are jari, jarive, in elision. We will join these two words together, jarive, and in pronunciation we are going to pronounce it jarive, 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 jarive. In elision, ja, arrive, okay, both are actually joined, okay, and we will pronounce it zariv. Then l'hôtel, see l, le and hotel are being joined in elision, and how we are going to pronounce l'hôtel, 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 l'hôtel. Accentuate the positive. If this is your first experience with a foreign language, you will probably be mystified by accent marks. Just think of them as pronunciation guideposts that will help you speak like an old pro. Your own personal accent for some pronunciation is a breeze. If you are lucky enough to have been born with a good ear, chances are you can carry a tune or play a musical instrument. You will imitate the let, intonation, stress without the problem. For most of us, however, pronunciation is not without problem. If this is you, you are in a good company. Consider my former college French literature teacher, Ruth Scholar, from Oxford University, who later went on to become the chairman of the Romance Language Department. He was charming, interesting, sweet, very intellectual, well read, and knowledgeable. He also had the worst French accent I ever heard. He pronounced every word, every syllable, every letter so harshly, with such a stress and emphasis, that the student was sitting in class squinting in pain. He butchered the pronunciation so much that it was memorable. In my more naive days, I often wondered why he would teach a language he obviously had so much trouble speaking. When I think back, I realize that it really didn't matter at all. Why? Because we all understood him despite his terrible pronunciation, and the bunch is a very valuable lesson for us all. No matter what you sound like, and you couldn't sound any worse than this teacher. If you use the correct vocabulary, words, you will be able to make yourself understood. That should be your goal. Nobody is going to laugh at you. They might just say pardon more than usual. In the end, your level of competence in pronunciation is no big deal. So relax, try your best, and above all, don't be discouraged. Accent mark. The A may replace an S that used to exist in the A may replace an S that used to exist in the word in Old French. Adding a mental S immediately after A may enable you to easily determine the meaning of a word. See if the meaning jump out at you. Espionage, spionage. Okay, so A, C, S is being replaced by A. Okay, and how we are going to say espionage, stranger, stranger, sponge, sponge, sponge as in sponge, stranger as in stranger. Okay, there are 5 different different accents mark in French that may use change the sound of letter A versus E, A versus A, and so on to differentiate between the meaning of two words whose spellings are otherwise the same. A has and A do at o were on so on, or to replace an s that was a part of the word many centuries ago in Old French. The accent agi is seen only on e. Agi. Can you see there's a line agi? Okay, it is only used in e words. So a produces the sound a as in day. How we pronounce day? Day. Okay, the last suffix of day is a. So that's how we are going to pronounce this a as a. A, day, a. Next in grave and grave is used with a, u. Okay, on an e, an accent grave produces the sound of a as e in the English word met. See, now only the e words such as our English have a e words, e for elephant, e for ear. Okay, so how we are going to pronounce it? Okay, whenever we say our English word met, met, we say eh, met, eh. That's how we are going to pronounce e as eh. It doesn't change the sound of the u. An accent circumflex may be used on all vowels. So this line, which is towards the upper right, okay, it's ague, okay, and this look like a cap is conus circumflex, okay, may be used on all vowels a, e, I, o, u. Okay, the vowel sounds are longer for a, o are slightly longer for a, and are impossible on I and U. For as a rule, this circumflex also often replaces an S from Old French. Simply stick a mental S in the word to see if the meaning jump out at you. Arrester as in the arrest, feste as in feast, festival. Okay, so as always been used in the old French, now it is replaced by the circumflex e. Okay, so arrest, fest, feature, arrether. Okay.